This conference will
So,
now be recorded.
yeah, so let's start with Aniruddha. So, Aniruddha, can you tell me about your background, what you actually do, and why are you looking for DevOps course? Aniruddha, if you're speaking on mute. Yeah, so just give us a brief background about yourself.
So currently I'm working with BPO, but wanted to change my from BPO. I want to move to IT sector.
Okay, so that is why
So I
you're looking
completed
for
my
DevOps.
yes. Mm.
Okay, and what is your background? Or I mean, you have completed your. Okay, I think you are doing something, so that is why. Okay, anyways, thank you so much for your introduction. Let's go with Deepa. So there are basically two Deepa in this session. So
Hi.
I would like to go with Deepa first. Yeah, hi, Deepa.
Yeah, I work as a performance test engineer in a company. I have 5 years experience and I have a background is I've done my master's in software engineering. So I'm looking for this course in DevOps because in our project we'll be implementing Azure DevOps pipeline and there is Kubernetes cluster also. So yeah, wanting to learn on that.
Okay, so Azure DevOps. So this course is not for Azure DevOps.
Okay.
Just to give you, yeah, this is a general a DevOps course. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, okay, okay. Deepa. Next is Deepa. Deepa Nair.
Hi, I'm Deepa, and I'm a project manager, and I have a team working on the DevOps. So just to get hold of what they are doing, I just want to understand. I want to do a basic course, so that's it. And I'm a MBA in systems from background, the
Okay,
education background.
okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Next is
You're
Deepika.
welcome.
Hi, I'm Deepika. I'm from a computer science background. I've been working as a manual QA professional from past 12 years. As you know,
Mhm.
the manual side of quality assurance is not the field to be in right now. So I'm looking for a career change. I've always been interested in DevOps. I just wanted to get my feet wet in the DevOps space. Hopefully in next 1 or 2 years I want to make a career switch as a DevOps professional.
Okay, okay, yeah. Thank you. Next is Krishna.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Krishna. I'm working as a QA engineer, so I just wanted to migrate to DevOps. For that reason, I just attended.
Okay, thank you, Krishna. And next is Musharraf.
Yeah, sorry, I just joined. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, can you give us a brief background about yourself? Brief introduction.
Yeah, actually, I'm working right now with one of the insurance company as a infrastructure test analyst.
Okay.
And the things are moving to cloud actually and the DevOps, mostly the DevOps. We have a new thing in our company. That's why I decided to do some courses and investigation because testing is going away soon. What I'm doing, that's why I just try to save my position in my office. That's why I just decided to join the DevOps course to learn more about DevOps.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do have
Okay,
some
thank you.
exposure in the Selenium. That's it.
Selenium, right? Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, next is Sayed.
Hi guys. So my name is Syed, and I've been working in a QA last 9+ years. And I just want add some means like in my resume, and maybe in future I want to move in DevOps.
Okay. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your background, for a short introduction. So just let me ask you one question. So does any of you have any experience in cloud?
I
Yes, I have.
tested.
Yeah, just go one by one.
Yes,
Sayed?
I have a little bit experience on AWS cloud. I mean, AWS wise, yes, I have a little bit knowledge on it.
Okay. Okay.
Me too. I have a few basics of AWS.
Okay. Sayed?
Yeah, so some of the application or part of the application were AWS, so I used it. That's all I know.
Okay. Deepa Nair?
Yeah, my current team is working on Azure Cloud, so that's
Azure Cloud.
I
Okay.
do not. I
Cool.
can,
So,
if you ask me, I do not have a working experience. Yep.
mhm. But I mean, see, the basic understanding is that you should know, I mean, understand the cloud thing. So, anyways, that'll be fine because anyways, the first 4 or 5 sessions will be on AWS itself. I mean, regarding the different services used by AWS. Okay, so we will anyways get hold of that. Okay. Okay. Now, you guys must have been through the course content, right? So now, before going into DevOps, okay. So DevOps, I mean, when you see a DevOps, a professional, people usually use Linux. Okay, Linux or Ubuntu, or whatever it is. I mean, no, I mean, mostly Linux. So do you guys have experience on Linux? Do you guys know what? I mean, if I ask you, just tell me a simple command to install anything like Python. Do you guys have any idea of that?
No, really.
No
Not
experience.
really. Okay, cool. So, so Linux is of course required because you use Linux everywhere. Git, have you heard about GitLab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, where we actually keep our codes. That's a remote repository. So there are two type of repository. One is local repository and one is remote repository. So remote repository, where I mean we put our code, and then I mean our main code is there, and if you want to make some change, we create another branch from the main code. We do the code changes. We test that code changes, I mean, whether it is right or not. And I mean, once it is, I mean, once the code changes are done and once it is approved by the manager, we can request for merge request to, I mean, the merge request of our branch into the main branch. So that is basically Git. Okay. Okay. So I'm assuming you guys don't have experience on Docker and Kubernetes as well.
Yeah, that's right for me.
Okay. Okay, no issues. We'll cover things. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys will be able to switch to a DevOps a career. That's pretty much sure because I've seen people going into a DevOps from BCom as well. So that's not a tough task. Okay, that can be done. Okay, so let me just start now. Okay, so can you guys tell me that what is DevOps basically? Since you guys wants to switch the career to DevOps, you must have done some R&D, right? So what is DevOps?
So it's a
Yeah.
approach wherein your development and testing team or operations work together. So maybe not in the traditional way where you complete your your development and you move to the testing. It's part of this DevOps. It's kind of you work, you go with the plan, then you move into the you finish your product, then move into this. So you have this infinity, right? You have this structure, it's in you have the phases in that. So that's what we do, the parallel
Okay.
thing. Maybe my understanding is wrong because I am
Yeah, yeah,
working
yeah, yeah,
currently
yeah.
with the
It's
DevOps.
no, no. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. So anyone else? I think someone else was also
Uh,
saying something.
Basically, DevOps more like how to automate your work. That's what it is. It's like a the subset of the not subset is the improvement of the agile methodology.
Mhm.
So where we have to
Yeah, yeah,
automate work in that area.
yep, right, right. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Uh, have you guys heard about CI/CD? What is CI/CD basically?
Yeah, continuous integrations and continuous development
Deployment. Okay.
deployments. Yeah.
That is, yeah, deployment. Okay. Okay, fine. So, so DevOps, so first of all, you need to understand that DevOps is not a technology, it's a methodology.
Yeah.
Okay. So that the DevOps is basically the combination of two words, that is development and operations. Okay. So it's basically, as I told you, it's basically a methodology which allows a single team to manage the entire application development lifecycle. Okay, that is the a development, a testing, build the code, deployment, and of course the operations part. Okay. Now, what is the objective of DevOps? Okay, the objective of DevOps is to basically shorten the system's development lifecycle. Okay, so it's a software development approach through which I mean the the quality of the software which you are developing, okay, can be developed within the given time frame, okay, and with more I mean what is it, more accuracy, okay, or with or I mean with less number of errors, okay. So that is why we use a DevOps. Okay. So do you guys know what is a sprint? Have any of you worked in sprint?
I'm working in sprint,
Okay.
so
So
we
what
follow the safe
basically you do in
agile.
sprint?
So it's an iteration, or it's the backlog items would be completed within the number of days. So it's a whatever you call it, iteration, or otherwise call it
Generally, it's
sprint.
a 14 days, right? Generally, it's a 14 days sprint. Okay. Good. And just to give you a brief summary, okay. Yeah. So just to give you a brief summary, excuse me. So CI/CD. So CI/CD is as someone told, continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay. So there are basically four stages in CI/CD. Okay. One is version control. So for version control, we'll use Git. So what uh, we mean by version control is that in version control, we maintain different version of the code. As I told you, one will be master, and from master, let's say mm, I'm there, Syed is there, Deepa is there. So we all three of us can take a different branch from master, and we can do our own changes as per the project requirement. Let's say the Deepa has to increase the storage or increase the number of instances, which is on increase the number of server which is running. So she'll do her own change. Syed has to make some changes in the load balancer thing. He'll do his own change. Okay. If let's say I have to do my own change of anything, let's say updating S3 bucket or a bucket policy, adding the policies, adding the IAM roles. So I'll do my own change. And when I mean if I'm done with my change, it's verified. So I'll merge my code into the master. So that's what. So it basically maintains different version of the code. Okay, this is the first step. Now what is the second step? Second step is continuous integration. So by continuous integration, we mean compiling, validating, reviewing the code. Okay, unit testing is there, integration testing is there. So that is basically continuous integration. Okay. Now, the third part is continuous delivery. So, what is mean by continuous delivery? So, continuous delivery we mean deploying the build, I mean, which you are building to the test server, not to the actual deployment, to the test servers. Okay, and the fourth stage is continuous deployment. Like in continuous deployment, we mean deploying the test on the production a server. So that is basically continuous deployment. Okay, just give me a minute. Now, before that, let me ask you one more thing. So, do you guys have AWS account?
I do.
Yeah, I do have as well.
Anyone else?
I
Okay,
have one.
okay. So AWS is required. Okay, I mean basically we will be creating our servers on AWS, so AWS will be required. Okay. Now, okay, can you tell me what are the different clouds? I mean, different uh, cloud providers. I mean, what are the different kind of services? Have you heard about terms like IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, software
Yeah.
as a service and infrastructure as a service
Mhm.
product.
Okay, okay. Now, can you tell me what cloud is? So before going into DevOps, you should understand what because in DevOps, I mean the applications is deployed on the cloud itself, right? So before that, you need to understand what exactly cloud. Hello.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
you're trying to access the machine over the internet. You have to run the machine, but you don't
Hmm.
have on premise and you don't have your own physical machine or server. So there's a data center where they reside. They put the computers. You are accessing over the internet. That's called cloud actually environment.
Yeah. Right. Right. Anyone else would like to give a try?
I mean, it is made up of different data servers across the world, and we can access
Okay.
from anywhere.
Okay. So what is the prerequisite to access it?
Internet. You should have internet account.
Yes.
Yes, of course, you should have the internet account. Okay. Here we will be talking about AWS. Okay, AWS is a cloud provider. Okay, they provide you with the server and the services, which you can again scale up. Okay, as per your demand. Okay, now that is AWS. So if you talk about, so let's talk about cloud computing. Guys, just give me a moment, just a moment. Yeah, hello, hi. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, okay, let's talk about what is cloud computing. Let's talk about the characteristics of cloud. Why cloud computing has come into the market. So, anybody else would like to give a try? Just a single point would be suffice. Hello.
My understanding, I think cloud come because the just to make the agility for your environment is quick delivery. but
Okay.
price wise, I don't think so. It's it's much difference. It's a huge cost still on the cloud, but it's a fast delivery and fast environment. Yes, it's there. That's the main benefit for computing.
Okay. Okay. I'll come to this point regarding the pricing point, and I'll come back. Okay. Now, anybody else would like to give a try?
If there's any like a change, so you have to change it the one place and everybody see the change.
Okay. 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 So, yeah. Anybody else? Deepika. Anybody else would like to give a try? No. Hello. Okay. So let me just give you the characteristics of cloud. So, okay. So let's say, so I think somebody told that in cost it is not much difference, right? So actually, let me tell you, it's actually a huge difference when it comes to the cost. Okay. Now let's say you you have started a company. Okay. Let's say you have somewhere around 50 servers. Okay. And you want to let's say you have somewhere around 50 servers. You are running your company. Okay. So to maintain those 50 servers, you would need many things. Like you would need the actual infrastructure. You will need the internet. Okay, of course, internet is required for cloud as well. Okay, but you'll to maintain that infra, you would need the electricity. You would need the ACs to maintain the actual data centers. So a lot of cost is involved, right? Now, when it comes to the cloud gives you, I mean, you don't have to manage anything. You don't have to manage the updates. Okay, you just have to pay for a server, and that too for the time you are using. Okay. Now, in today's date, if you go and buy let's say a physical server, okay, for I mean 50 physical servers, it will cost you somewhere around 50K. If you buy a decent size I mean, a decent machines, I mean, a decent configuration a machine with, let's say, 8 GB RAM, at least 8 GB RAM you need, right? And what if your company doesn't run? Okay, then you'll have to sell those 50 physical servers to half the price, I think. Right. But when you go for cloud, it is not the case. Okay. So let's say you are using only for 8 hours. Okay. And one more thing. Let's say suddenly your application has let's say 1,000 times more number of people visiting your website compared to the initial days. So in that case, you'll have to increase the number of servers. So instead of buying another 40, 50, or 100 servers, you can rent it from AWS, right? So in terms of cost, it is very cheap. So the first thing, I mean, is which differentiate cloud from on-premises is the cost only. Okay, is the cost. And the second thing, on demand, the self-service. Okay, now the the cloud computing services, first of all, it doesn't require any human administrator or any human interventions. Okay, so users can themselves, they can provision, monitor, and manage the resources as per their need. Okay, now, elasticity. Now, elasticity, what do you mean by elasticity? So, let's say you want to increase the number of servers suddenly. Okay. Let's take an example of Flipkart's Big Billion Day or Amazon's a Big Billion Day. So, whatever it is. Okay. So, in that case, let's say Amazon in or Flipkart in normal days, they are getting 1,000 hits on their website per day. Okay. So of course, but of course, in big billion days, they'll not get 1,000. They'll get more than that. They'll get, let's say, 10,000, 20,000, or even 50,000, or even 1 lakh. Okay, so the so the number of servers which your current actually which on which your application is running. So those number of servers which are handling 1,000 requests per day will not be able to handle 50,000 or 1 lakh requests per day, right? So if your sale or your big billion day is for 4 days or 3 days, so for those 3 or 4 days, you will need an extra amount of servers to handle the number of requests. Okay, so again, you need, let's say, 1,000 extra servers. So you will not go and buy 1,000 extra servers, right, for 3 days. You will rent it from AWS or from any other cloud provider. And once your big billion day or sale is gone, you will just return them. So it'll hardly cost you. I mean, the cost will be, of course, very less, right? Now, now you guys correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense. With the elasticity, you can save the money. That's okay. I understand.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, of course. Now, flexible pricing model is also there. Okay, virtualization, technology is there, automation is there, security is there. I mean, security is also one of the most important feature why we use cloud. Okay, so these are the feature of the cloud computing. Okay, now as I told you, there are total three types of services like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay. Now, what basically happens? So let's take an example. Okay, here of what is infrastructure as a service. Let me just share my screen. I have a slide. I'll show you guys through that slide. Okay, let me know once my screen is visible.
And yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, so this is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, so now you can compare it with Pizza as a service example. Okay. Now, what is on premises? On premises is that, I mean, you have to prepare everything at home. I mean, everything, cheese, toppings, tomato sauce, everything at home. Okay. Now, what is infrastructure as a service? So, infrastructure as a service means that these are the things which you will manage, but the infrastructure will be provided. The vendor will manage the infrastructure. Okay, so that is the infrastructure as a service. Okay, now platform as a service. So what is platform as a service? So platform as a service means that that vendor will manage everything. Okay, you just have to. I mean, let's say you have ordered a pizza, right? So I mean, to your home, and they will only prepare the pizza. They will only take care of these things. Okay, and they'll just deliver the pizza to you. So that is platform as a service. Okay, now software as a service. So software as a service means you go to Domino's or you go to Pizza Hut and you have the pizza there because they will provide everything. I mean, they will provide the infrastructure. They will provide the dining table as well, right? You don't have to spend anything apart from your money, which is of course which is there, right? Okay, so these are the three, I mean, four kind of services basically. Okay. And just to explain you the deployment model, so there are totally three types of deployment model. One is public cloud, one is hybrid cloud, and one is private cloud. So what basically public cloud is? So public cloud is a cloud infrastructure which is, I mean, which is provided through the internet. Okay, and it is provided. I mean, any a general people or the enterprise can make use of that the public cloud. Okay. Now, what is private cloud? Private cloud is a cloud. Let's say IBM cloud. Okay, so IBM Cloud is a private is an example of private cloud because mostly IBM people only use IBM Cloud. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Don't go into deep like I mean some other companies also using IBM Cloud, but I mean out of thousand only one might be using. Okay, but that is also very less chance because IBM people are also now moving to AWS. Okay, so yeah, so that is private cloud, which has been developed by that enterprise itself and for their own use. Okay, now the third one is hybrid cloud. So what is hybrid cloud? So hybrid cloud is basically okay. So let's say you have hosted your application. Okay, now everything you have shifted to cloud. Your application is running on cloud. Okay, but there's one thing which you don't want on cloud. Okay, can anybody guess what is that? Can anybody guess what is that which we don't want on which I mean, if we are using hybrid cloud, what we keep in our local server? Okay, so I'll tell you. So that is basically a database. Okay, because nowadays you guys know, I mean, how important data is, right? So some company doesn't want to, I mean, pe- to put their database server into the cloud. Okay, so they will use hybrid cloud. Okay, that is the main difference. Okay, cool. Okay, and yeah, so of course, this is EC2. You should know what is EC2. If you don't, okay, I'll tell you what is EC2. So EC2 is basically Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, so what do you mean by Elastic Compute Cloud? So Elastic Compute Cloud is basically the servers, the machines. So in AWS they call it as EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, so it provides you these scalable computing capacity. Okay, it enables you to scale up and scale down the the instances. It has different kind of storage, and there are many types of instances as well. Okay, these and all we will discuss in the upcoming classes. Okay, now let me just take you through the console. I'm sure many of you might know. Okay, but just I'll just take you through the console once again. Okay, and if someone doesn't know how to, I mean, if some of you guys don't have the AWS account, I'll just tell you how to create an AWS account. So this is the console. I mean, this is the web page. Okay, let me paste the link to the web page in the chat box. Okay, this is the link of AWS. Go on AWS. Okay, click on create a new account. Okay, just put your root email address, account email address. It will verify the email address. Okay, and in the similar way, I mean, it will. So I don't have an email readily available with me right now. Okay, but once you enter the email address and verify it, it will take you to different pages like for what purpose you want the AWS account and all, and after that at the last stage it will ask for debit card or credit card details, but don't worry because they'll not charge even a single thing. Okay, it's free, and the good part is that it's free for 1 year. Okay, so you'll not have to worry. You can easily learn AWS or AWS, of course, and DevOps in 1 year of time. So that's ample time for you. Okay, so please go ahead and create the account. AWS is very kind. They'll give you the access for 1 year. Okay, now let me just go to my AWS console. Okay, so this is my console basically, and here you can see the different types of services which I have used in my recent times. Okay, and this is the regions basically where I'm working. So I can switch to any region, but since Mumbai region is nearby to me, so I'll get a good response. So that's why I've chosen Mumbai region. Okay, this is my account ID and all. Now let me just take you to a billing and cost management thing once. Just wanted to show you a few things. Okay, so if you go to billing and cost management, you can see your billing thing. Please don't if you're new to AWS, please don't keep the instances on. Okay, so once you have worked, please turn off all the resources. Okay, or terminate all the resources. Okay, now you go to the cost. Where's the cost management? Bill payments. Okay. Cost categories, budgets. I think in budget only. So yeah, in budget you can create a budget as well. Like you can just use the standard template. Okay. Now create a zero spend budget. Okay, don't and here, because this is basically managed. I mean, this basically is used in companies. So I'm just taking you through it. Okay, so you don't have to do it in your AWS account. Okay, I'm just taking you through it. So this is a zero spend budget. Okay, so if you don't want to spend any money, you can go with this plan. Okay, uh, this is not a plan basically. This is a settings which you're doing in your AWS account. Okay, this is a monthly cost budget. Okay, here you can set your monthly budget, let's say to $100 or $1,000 or whatever it is, as per your thing you're planning. Okay, this is daily savings cost. You can save the day. I mean, this is as per daily basis. Okay, and this is the daily reservation utilization budget. So this you don't have to use. This companies doesn't use. Okay, these are the two things which they use: monthly cost budget or daily savings plan. Okay, so if somebody in the interview asks what is, I mean, how to manage the cost, you can tell, you can give the example of the billing and cost management, and in budget you can go and set your limit. So that'll be a good answer. Okay, let me go to the console now. Okay, so as I was saying, this is EC2. What is EC2? EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud, basically the servers. Okay, here you can see I don't have any instances running right now. Okay, instances are zero. So if you go to instance type, there are many kind of type of instance which is available. Let it load once. Okay, but we will use T2 micro because T2 micro is free tier eligible. Okay, apart from that, none of them are free tier eligible. Okay, so there are many instances which you can use. Yeah. Okay. This is the launch template. Launch template. Don't so basically launch template. In launch a template, why companies use launch template? Launch template companies use to just create a template of an EC2. Okay, and the same template is used to create other EC2 instance as well. They don't have to create everything from scratch. Okay, but EC2 launch template no need to use because nowadays people are using a Terraform. Okay, so that's more convenient way. Okay, and these are the AMIs. AMIs means Amazon Machine Image. So if you're not getting much, please don't, I mean, panic. Okay, I'm just taking you through the console. Okay, so these are the AMIs. So AMIs means Amazon Machine Image. Okay, so in this, basically, let's say you can go with any of the AMIs and you can create the instance. So these are the public images which is available online. Okay, some have Ubuntu, some have, I mean, some is with RHEL, and they have different type of software installs installed in them. So nothing to worry. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard. I'm sure you guys know how to create the instance. Okay, and if you don't know, I'll show you. Just create a launch instance. Okay, here you can give your server name, my server one. Okay, okay. Here let's say I'll go with Windows. Let me go with Windows. Okay, instant type T2 micro as I told, free tier eligible. Okay. Now key pair, you have to create a key pair. Okay. So let's say we are creating a key pair. Let's create a key pair. Key pair. What is the key pair name? First key. Okay. Let's keep it. Okay. So key pair got downloaded. Okay. Now I'm in North Virginia region. Okay. So this is the VPC. VPC means virtual private cloud. I'll teach you guys what VPC is. Okay, and there you just go and create the instance. So these are the two rules allow RDP. So the reason I have done RDP allow is that because so that I can actually from remote I can get into this server. So RDP is remote desktop. Okay, HTTPS and HTTP just to allow the traffic from the internet. Okay, this is the storage part. Generally, we go with GP2. Now they have introduced GP3 as well. Okay. Okay. So here you can add the volume, but no need to do that. Okay. Number of instance you can increase or decrease or whatever it is. Okay. Just go and create, launch the instance. Okay, so our instance is now launched. Okay, so it will take some time to launch the instance. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask because this is it for today.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
What would be the timing? Is this on the weekdays or the weekends? Because
As
weekdays are a little
per the
problematic.
weekdays are,
Problematic because I
schedule.
have work. Yeah, I have
Oh, I
meetings
understand
most of
that.
the days late. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. That you can discuss with. We can do on weekends as well. But but weekends also. I mean, most of the people they have their own time on weekends, right? So they want to spend their own time with their. I mean, let's say if they're going out or somewhere like that. So that is why we have not put this course on weekends. Okay. Then this was
No, because
the
it's
timing is also
weekdays, then I will not be able to join because I have calls like I have my team works from US and sometimes I have, for example, tomorrow I have call till like 10:30 or 11. So I that starts by 9:30. It's an upper management call. So sometimes there are calls little late. So I might miss and I would opt out. So because weekends are convenient for me. That's what I'm just.
okay. Okay. No issues. You can talk to the Isha team on that.
Yeah, I talked to Kumar because I know him personally.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talked to Kumar probably.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You can talk to him.
No,
Okay.
I'm just
Anybody
saying my
else?
suggestion, but I'm not really sure about
Yeah.
others. So I'm just saying my convenience.
Yeah.
Sorry
I
if that
understand.
doesn't align with others. Yeah.
No,
No. No. I completely
no,
understand.
I have a same concern, so I don't know. I have to take a look. How can I join the classes? So let's
Okay.
see.
So on the timings part, please speak to Kumar and Isha team
Yeah, yeah,
because I'll not be the right person.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Apart from that, if you have doubt in course, please do let me know. Or in any technical things, then for that I'm the right person.
Uh,
Yeah.
Uh, I have a question regarding this root user and IAM user, right? So generally, when we do normally use a root user or IAM user?
I am users.
IAM user, okay. So
Yes,
what
because
what is
what's the
because
difference?
difference is that see, so root user means admin user. Okay, I have full permission right. So you companies, so you can't get the root user access right. I mean, you can do anything. I mean, you will then. Uh, I mean, people can misuse it or by mistake they if they have created some service and then bills will go on lakhs. Okay, so companies will not give root user access, but they'll give the IAM user access. Got it? Because
I
if
got
the
it.
server is up and running, just terminate it. So
Shivam,
let's say if I yeah, please sorry, go ahead, Deepika.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Please continue. I can wait.
No, nothing. No, nothing. Please go ahead.
What is the duration of the course, Shivam? Like how
Duration
many?
we have planned for 30 hours. 30
30
hours.
hours. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
In this course, you go both AWS and Azure or only AWS related?
Only so see, we are not so this course is not about cloud. Okay, so be it Azure or be it AWS, you just need a server, right? So we will go ahead with AWS only. I just wanted to explain you a few things about cloud. That's it.
Oh, so we'll go completely on AWS, right?
We, yeah, we will go complete on in AWS only.
Are we supposed to create the server like you just did the demo in our AWS console, Shivam, or is this for just demonstration purposes?
No, I mean you will have to create a server, but see, nowadays they are not creating a server through console. Okay, but yeah, you should know because see, they are. I mean, people are nowadays using a Terraform to create the infrastructure on
Okay.
AWS. Okay, but without knowing what is EC2, how will you create the infrastructure?
Right, right.
Right. So your basics should be right. So then only you will be able to go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will have to create it. We'll do hands-on.
Okay.
When creating Slack account on AWS, do we
Mhm.
have to provide credit card information, all that?
Yes, you will have to provide, but don't worry, they'll not charge anything.
Or,
Please
okay,
don't worry on that. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Will you be providing any course material, Shivam, for us to review?
See, course material, you can, I mean, I can provide because we'll do mostly hands-on. Okay. And
Okay.
anyways, you will be getting the recordings as well, right?
Right, right. Yeah.
So course material, I'll try what I can provide. Okay, I'll see to it.
Okay. In terms of interview preparation and all,
So
uh,
in terms of interview preparation, what I basically do is, okay, so this is my approach. So
uh-huh.
I will prepare you for the interview. Okay, if you want, I'll take mock it because I'm working in DevOps only. Okay, so
Okay.
I can because I take the interviews regularly on
Right, right.
regular basis. Okay, so I can take the demo interview. Okay, and apart from that, I mean, after the course also, if you guys wants to ping me, you can give me anytime.
Okay.
Since you guys are already working, it'll not be tough for you guys to switch to DevOps. You can easily do it. And trust me, it's hardly a matter of a month or two. Okay. So
Okay.
we will be able to. Yeah.
So with this course, what exactly we can do in DevOps? Like it's like a admin position, or it's like it's a kind of build engineer, or what kind of roles with this course we can?
So DevOps engineer is itself a role. Okay. So see, that depends. I mean, in which company you're going, which project you're going, what role they give you. Okay. But as a DevOps, I mean, in this course, you will know what all tools we use in DevOps. DevOps, as I told you, DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a methodology. Okay, in that you can work only on Docker, you can work only on Linux, you can work only on Git, you can work only on Terraform or all four. Depends on the company, depend on the role you get. Okay, but once you're hired as a DevOps engineer, you can work on any of these tools.
And for learning Terraform, what exactly we need? Like, do we need like strong in PowerShell or Power or Bash scripting
So
or anything for the Terraform?
No, not required. Terraform uses its own language called HCL, HashiCorp language. Okay, so that code is already available on the Terraform from website. So that is not a big deal.
And or do you in this course, do you cover the Ansible also?
Ansible, I'll take you through basics of Ansible, basic understanding of Ansible. Well, see, Ansible is nothing. Ansible uses YAML language. Okay,
Yes.
so you should know YAML. Okay, you should know the structure of YAML. Ansible is, I mean, so you know anything about Ansible?
No, I don't know. I just know the YAML a little bit, but not much. I know
Okay,
how
it
it's.
is basically,
Yeah.
so let's say you have created an infrastructure on AWS. Let's say you have created a server. Okay, and in that server, you have just created the server, right? I mean, that server, let's say you want Java, Python, Maven to be installed. Those installation, you'll do it through uh, uh, Ansible.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Do you cover any kind of APM tool or anything like Datadog or anything like that?
Like what tool?
Datadog or
No,
Nagios,
no, no, Nagios and all will
because these are very important for the DevOps as well. Nagios, Datadog.
not. No, see, in DevOps there are 100 tools. Okay, so if you ask about the infrastructure, okay, there's not only a Terraform. A Terraform is there. Okay, Chef is there. A Puppet is also there. Okay, so but you will not be able to know everything, right? Knowing everything is very difficult. One tool is more than enough. We should have the understanding of that tool, what that tool does.
Yeah, that's a problem actually. Before joining this DevOps course, I think a lot actually. When I look the JD nowadays, they want everything.
Everything is asking.
They want everything. I don't know that they, not sure why.
No, see, I mean, I mean, hardly they want everything because I have also been taking the interviews. So it's not that you should know everything. Okay, you should know the basics of everything, what actually it does. Okay, so let's say a Terraform. Okay, so a Terraform, you can create the infrastructure through Ansible as well. Okay, through a Terraform as well. Okay, so if they're using I mean, if they're using Ansible to create the infrastructure as well, that's fine because that's a because you know what to create, right? You know the resources. I have to create the storage, the VPC, or the instances, load balancers, and all. You know what to create. So once you get into a job, then only you will be able to understand. Okay, if you're expecting, and let me be very frank, you join any of the course. Okay, if you're expecting that once I complete the course, I'll become the master, that will never happen. Okay, whatever I have learned in my college, I've done BTech, whatever I have learned in my college, nothing I'm using here. Nothing. So once you get into the real time, then only you will be able to understand how exactly things are done. Now, to get into the real time, you need some knowledge. You need some training. You need some guidance. Okay. And one more thing, they will ask in the interview. They will ask, okay, do you know about CI/CD a pipeline? You will tell no, or you will tell yes. So what do you think? They'll ask you to write the CI/CD a pipeline whole? No, nothing. Never, never. They will never write you. I mean, they will never expect you to write the whole Terraform code as well. The code will already be available. Okay, you just have, as per your understanding, you have to make the changes in the code and deploy the resources. Nothing will be done from scratch. Again, if you're joining some startup company, that's a different thing. Okay, but mostly things are already available in the company.
So you're saying we don't need to have that much coding background for the DevOps, right?
No, DevOps coding background is not required. No, not at all. I mean, see, if you know, I would suggest you to do Python course after a DevOps course because if you do that, that will be a really added advantage.
If don't, then
If don't, then it will not be an added advantage because Python
okay,
people are see Python is very important. I mean nowadays.
okay.
Okay, so if you know Python language again, it's an added advantage. You'll get good number of projects or good, I mean, things to work on. Let's say if you're being hired as a DevOps engineer, okay, so you're working only on AWS or Terraform because you don't know a Python. So if you know a Python, you will be given some extra task as well to learn. So that is an added advantage, right?
Yeah, for the beginner, I mean, it's like you do require Python or no?
No, 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 no.
Okay. Oh,
Because I never did anything Python or something. Is Python is like easy to learn, or is it going to be a little bit
Python
more
is very
coding?
easy to very
Okay.
No, Python is very easy to learn. See, one thing. understand. See, Python is a language. It's a coding language. Okay, so you don't have to learn Python from a developer's perspective. Okay. Now, if let's say you are going for a data science, okay, or for a machine learning course, you have to learn Python from that perspective. If you're going for DevOps, you have to learn Python from that perspective, from scripting language perspective. Not everything. Okay, you are not preparing for a developer's role. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Any
Shivam,
more doubts?
in terms
Yeah.
of what is minimum required, you talked about Linux, knowing Linux. Um,
No, I will teach Linux. I will teach
okay,
Linux. I'll teach the commands. Yeah.
okay. My Linux background is as a QA engineer, doing backend testing, logging in, navigating to different folders and writing small scripts and executing them. That's about it.
Okay, no issues. I mean, we don't need, to go to be a, we don't need you to be a Linux administrator. Okay,
Okay,
you just
okay.
need to know the commands. Okay, how to switch between the directories. Okay, how
Yeah,
to edit the files.
right, right. Okay, then I'm good.
Yeah. Anyways, we will cover that part as well.
Okay. Anything you want us to review before tomorrow's class?
No, nothing much. Just if you can get through AWS what we have learned, okay, what
Yeah.
is EC2, what is cloud, basically. Okay,
Mhm.
that should be more than enough for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, any more doubts?
How many, I mean, the classes, I understand is it 30 hours? So how many
Yeah,
days a
30 hours
week?
is what we are expecting. How many days a week? 5 days a week, Monday to Friday.
Okay, so basically like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Um,
you can say that. Yeah,
Um,
around 6 weeks. Yeah,
is it 1 hour class every day or 1 hour 30
one hour
minutes?
class,
One
1 hour
hour.
class, 1 hour class every day. Yeah,
I have a question.
yeah.
So, like we require to know this Python and all, right? Don't you think so? So would that be
Okay,
covered
okay. Why do you think
using?
Python is required?
No, I'm just asking you. Is
No,
this
no,
like
no,
because
no.
I
See,
seen
no,
like
I know.
for my team members, I've seen people they writing the code
Hmm.
for this
So, okay, so
for
they're
the
writing the
CI/CD
code for what?
pipeline when they
So
create.
for CI/CD pipeline, are they not using Groovy?
There's two ways, right? They can use either Groovy or if it's Groovy, I should be knowing Groovy or what? I'm just asking question.
No,
Any
see,
language,
again,
do
you
you
should
require to have the understanding on the programming?
no for DevOps not required. I mean, not mandatory. But again, I will suggest you that please do learn Python.
Python. Okay,
Yeah, I will recommend Python.
sure.
Any good resource to learn Python you suggest, Shivam?
I will suggest you a very good resource to learn Python.
Okay, that would help.
Okay. Okay. Anything more? Okay, then we'll wrap up today's session. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you and
Thank
night.
you. Bye bye.
Thank,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Shim.